Today we made it. Episode 131. The number 1, the number 3, and number 1 all conjoining together and meeting at the table and getting ready for all the holidays. That's what those 1, 3, and 1s are doing. They're getting together and they're happy. Just like how these socks are happy, I put them on because I usually put on the long socks in the winter, but I still have my summer socks in the rotation. So my summer socks are still happy they're getting that attention. And also, on top of that, I sometimes wear the short socks with my pants, and I feel like a little out of the ordinary. I feel like the black sheep a little bit. And some people pride themselves in being a black sheep and stuff, but not me, man. I didn't want to be a black sheep and have short socks on with pants. I don't really appreciate that. I feel like a little bit of a... I don't want to say serial killer, but I want to say something pretty close to it. Someone like the person who always eats your leftovers in the fridge. That's who I kind of feel like when I have the socks, the short socks with pants, because it's like the wind comes in and through the pants, of course, because there's a hole in the bottom, and then the socks. So it's it's always something good to kind of remember to always put long socks on when you're wearing pants, because if you don't, it's gonna get cold. And some people may be like, "Oh, it's a fashion statement." Not when it's cold, man. There ain't no fashion statement when it's cold. Give me the fluorescent orange hat. I'm wearing it, man. I'm cold. That's cold weather for you. But yeah, I mean, I've been noticing that and things that are going on in the world. There's also a chocolate shortage that is going on. So if you guys are wondering, like, yo, every time I go to Costco, there isn't no more chocolate muffins. It's because there's that chocolate shortage, man. There's a chocolate shortage everywhere, and it's hitting us all. We're all in a little trouble, man. So next time you guys go to Costco or Sam's Club, if you guys have the two, and you're wondering why there is no more chocolate muffins as of now, I believe it's because the chocolate shortage. They could have some by now, but this was like last week's news. Yeah. So if you guys are wondering where your chocolate muffins are, it's that chocolate shortage. And a lot of people want to be like, oh, well, I could still go buy chocolate. It's like, yeah, you can. But you start running out of... you start running out of things to make chocolate, I guess, when there's no more chocolate. Willy Wonka's factory probably would be running at half capacity right now with the chocolate shortage. And what else is, really, you guys remember those SpongeBob balls, chocolate balls, that, were, hollow inside, and there's, candy inside? Those things were good. I really liked those. I think they still sell them at the very bottom of the cash-out register. If you still look, they're still there. So they're not non-existent no more. But yeah, I mean, I really like that candy. I've been juicing, actually. My cousin and girlfriend and I, also my mom and brother also tried it too, are juicing. And I haven't really been craving sugar, but today I have, I'll be honest. And I broke the juice. I mean, I never really was hardcore juicing. That's the thing. I've always just drink the juice and then I eat too. But when you just get really stressed out and you don't eat? That happened to me the other day. That's something, man. That's that ultimate stress diet. You start losing weight, shedding pounds. Just don't eat for a day. Be stressed out. That's how you can get some. Don't eat for a day, be stressed, and you'll lose weight. What's going on in the world today? I go to the library to sometimes study and do things for school and just edits for the pod. And there's a Starbucks actually within the library at our school. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being the guy who doesn't get a drink when we go to Starbucks, because I'm kind of that guy when we go to Starbucks. Oh, I don't drink coffee. That's me, unfortunately. And I usually get the ice water or the lemonade, but it's been cold out. You don't really want a cold drink when it's cold. So I was like, all right, what can I get? So I looked in, there's the Frappuccino, there's the Cappuccino, there's the Eno, there's coffee Eno, there's, all these O's and Ahs and fluorescent drinks now. And I'm just like, let me just get a hot chocolate, but, without milk. Can I get oat milk? Because, a lot of people, we all know hot chocolate with water isn't the most desirable hot chocolate, but it will do, at the school parties and stuff. But so I asked for oat milk and, waited on the line. There's a lot of people there ordering their drinks. And, they said, hey, Dom, we got Dom hot chocolate. And I went up there and I was like, wow, this is dope. I'm getting a hot drink. I kind of feel like I'm in the loop here. I'm getting a drink. And I took a drink of it, man. And it was it tasted like a hot, burnt, like oat. Not an almond, because almonds have a distinct like burnt flavor, I feel like. And I drank it, man. I mean, I drank it because it was nice to have something warm. And I think I should have made some chunky soup or something, put it in a thermos, and I would have been good with that. I like that, man. I like savory stuff. Always have. And I think a lot of people like savory stuff as well. But that was something I was thinking about. And I was also talking to my Uncle Juju about things I could do for the pod and how people can give back, or how I can give back. And I thought it was a really great idea. It was like something I was thinking about prior, and I thought I didn't really like act on it. And then he told me like, hey, you should really share parts of your language or parts of the language of the Lushootseed in your pod. You could skip like a couple minutes past if like you're like, oh, I don't need to be told how to talk in the Lushootseed or know what it means. But I'm just gonna play 2 words for you guys today, and those words are pretty simple, and then you could stick with them, and you can go throughout your day and just kind of be like, oh, that's how you say this and that, So
Heetjets.
So heetjets is actually how you pronounce the color red. So that's how you're gonna say red. So we have a heetjets part of the background right here. Red. If you're watching video wise, I'm just talking about the color red. I have a heetjets hat. I have what else is heetjets? Thinking about, there's some Ferraris that are heetjets as well. Fire trucks are heetjets. Berries, strawberries are heetjets. And our heetjets, let's say here one more time.
Heetjets.
And then also I wanted to highlight one more color for you guys today, just before your head starts hurting a little bit.
Ibəč.
Ibəč. What do you guys think ibəč is? All the colors we got, it's black. Yeah, ibəč is black. So, the things that are black is Soundgarden has a song, Black Hole Sun. So that'd be like ibəč, whole sun. And what else is black? Some suits are black. The crows, ibəč, they're black too. What else is black? Some ties, that you wear for occasions are black. Regalia is black, ibəč. Yeah, so that heetjets and ibəč, those are 2 words that you guys should walk away with today. But yeah, we learn a little bit something every day. And what else we got going on here in the real world? Let's see here. Oh yeah, this is something I've definitely believe in. If you don't got Krispy Kreme at your like fundraiser booth, or your like event, or you're trying to bring awareness to something, I'm not walking up, man. Especially if there's multiple. Like, that's the thing. If you don't got, there's a lot of people at these things, and you gotta differentiate yourself somehow. Like, substitute teachers used to give out Starburst sometimes. And I'd be like, man, when are we calling that substitute teacher in? Yeah, so, you want to bring people to your awareness table, get some Krispy Kremes, man, I'll be there. I'll sign my name. I'll put a petition. I guess that kind of sounds like, oh, his vote can be bought. Not necessarily for something vote, but, say you're doing a fundraiser, you need to go to, I don't know, football camp or something, you're selling Krispy Kremes, I'm there, man. Actually, I should say, I think my cousin Kayla actually did a couple of fundraisers with Krispy Kreme, and I didn't do it. And now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of feel bad. So next time there's a Krispy Kreme fundraiser, I will support. But yeah, that's the ultimate way to get people to do it. Or I'm just gonna walk on by, man. Even if you have like suckers or something, like dum-dums, like that's pretty cool. Like I'll come hear you out. You got nothing? You better hope I'm interested in the armed forces or something. You better you better hope, man, because I'll go do a pull-up over there, man. If I do 10, I get a backpack. Can you beat that? If you got Krispy Kremes, you can beat that, and I'll show right up. That's just something truthful, and that's the thing about school. You know, there's always so much going on. There's people in libraries sitting in chairs, leaning in back and stuff, and you're not allowed to do that. Whoa, he just went from that to that. Let me recuperate you where we are. Right now, we're just talking about people in the chairs leaning back. You know, nothing more. And so I actually been getting in trouble from my girlfriend about leaning back in my chair. And I think I've fallen about a couple times in my lifetime leaning back in my chair. And so, you know, some teachers have told me, hey, you know, the horror stories of people hurting themselves, and that's really too bad. And I still do it. You know, I think if I were to have an intervention and people were to say, hey, Dom, we need to sit you down, we need to tell you to stop doing something, I think that thing they would tell me to stop doing is leaning back in my chair. I do that way too much, man. Too much to the point where I think like I could really hurt myself, but I still do it. And I'm not making fun of people who do interventions or anything like that or in recovery or whatever, but I think I lean back in my chairs too much, man. Maybe I'm just trying to lounge throughout the world. I think that's my goal. I think I go places and I just want to relax and kick back. And I think when I'm at the library, I'm trying to kick back in these chairs, and that's what happens. So all of a sudden, I'm just going to fall one day, and it's going to happen. Sometimes you get scared too, like, you know, when you hit the table like that and you're just like, oh, I almost fell. And then everyone's like, see? Quit leaning in that chair. Or you hurt yourself, you know, your auntie, the first thing they say, see, this is what happens when you keep playing around with that phone. You know, it's that damn Xbox of yours. What? You know, that's always the number one response. It's that damn Xbox. It could be your phone. Or it could be your phone and they say it's like something else. It's that damn PS2 of yours. It's all those games you're up playing. Or the worst is when like you get hurt playing something, or you fall and you hit your head on something as like a kid. Like you're running around like having too much fun playing tag with your friends, and you hit the coffee table too hard and you start crying. And see, this is what happens. No one likes to hear the see. That's what happens when you get hurt. I remember I was watching my cousin run around and they're just having a world of fun, you know, and all of a sudden they fell and spilt the chips and their juice all over, and they started crying because it was the last pair of Cheetos or whatever, and all I hear is that Uncle C. That's what happens. And then they just look up just like, see, that's what happens, man, when you don't do it. And that's just every adult's favorite thing to go and say is just, see, that's what happens when you don't listen. God, I hate getting that one. Or do you even listen? When you've been sitting there listening the whole time? Gosh, you don't listen. I'm in the car listening. Like, how am I not listening? And then you say that, I am. No, you're not. If you were listening, you wouldn't have gone and done that. Okay. It's funny now that it's I mean, is that funny? Are these good memories? Or are these like traumatic? Maybe. But that's why we're here. You know, we're here to have a good time and maybe reflect on some things. Just like me when I went to the casino the other day, and you know, playing at the casino is fun. You know, when somebody gives you money to go gamble. And my auntie actually, she's like, hey, you want to go gambling? And I was like, no, not really. She's like, here's $50. Or I think she gave me, I don't remember how much she gave me. I think it might have been $100, to be honest with you. Jeez, just out here showing the privilege, saying, yeah, it was $100. And she's like, yeah, come on, let's go. And we were playing, and I was hot. I had the hot hand. I, went up to the sports book and made some good bets. And I swear Vegas is like, all right, or not Vegas, they were like, the casino was like, all right, let's let this guy win a couple, and then he'll be back. And so I was playing slots, and I was like actually hitting, and I usually stay away from slots because that could go quick. And no matter how much you're spending, a lot of people are like, oh, bring in 100, it'll last longer. No, it won't. Everyone has them tactics for the slot machines. Oh yeah, just don't bet $5. Bet like the $4 one. $4 is still gonna go pretty fast, man. I might get a couple extra spins, and so I was betting like really low bets, and then I'd go occasional 5, and I had my system going. I'd go like this kind of. I was like vibing with the machine every time I'd do this. Then I'd go here, and then they would start winning, and you start seeing everyone's little tactics. They're touching the screen. They're like leaning back in their chair a little bit, and man, I started losing. And that's never a good thing when you're gambling, when you start losing. And I was actually, what happened is I got it all the way up to 200. So I basically doubled my money. And it's like, okay, I'm good. But I got it up to like an odd number. I got it to like 213. That's where I was at. And everyone when they're playing slots, they go, oh, I'm at 213. Let's just play it down to 200. And then the 200 starts going, okay, I'll go down to like 150. Then I'll go 100. And then you're all of a sudden, you're like, okay, I got to walk out with at least 80. Then you're like, all right, well, I'm at 80. Might as well go to 50. And then you're at 50. You're like, fuck, I've already put in. I might as well just go down to 20. And then nobody's going to cash out 20. You just, that's what you start doing there at the end. And that did not happen to me. I ended up walking out, and I was proud. But I've seen some people who weren't walking out. And it's like, I almost feel bad walking out the casino when you win and you just, no, I don't feel bad. But if you're playing with someone and they don't win and you win and they lose, ooh, that's sometimes something. But that's just the name of the game, I guess, with gambling. But yeah, I mean, the casinos they have the world full of people, and they're busy, really at night. And when I was winning, it was like 2:00 in the morning on like a weekday. And let me tell you, man, that's a fun time to go because no one's there. No, actually, I think it was a Friday, but it was still late. So, like, we outlasted a lot of the people who were playing. And you could really get into a dark path, man. And them dark slots, man, those dark arts. But they had, like, these donuts in there, too. They had, like, a bakery, and they were shut down. But they're like, hey, we're shut down in 20 minutes. Oh, we've been shut down for 20 minutes. And I was just, okay. When you guys open back up? They're like, oh, we open back up in 20 more minutes. So it was like a weird 20-minute law. I was like, okay. So I walked back and saw they had donuts, cinnamon rolls, and you know what? Without fail, the maple bar is just one of the safest picks of donuts, I swear. And like, say you're having like, you're like, oh, you want me to pick up donuts? Everyone's like, yeah, go pick up some donuts. And I'm like, okay. Go to the bakery, and the number one safest option I swear to get is the maple bar. I mean, someone in the place or someone that you're bringing the donuts for in the company or the workforce or the party is going to like the maple bar. The maple bar. I just feel like it's a safe pick, man. Like my brother was saying with the artificial flavor banana, I feel like that way with maple bar, man. It's a safe pick. And it's also my favorite pick. It's reliable. It's consistent. If I were to rank my favorite donuts, it would go easily maple bar at the 1 just because of the consistency, the reliability, the taste. You get a lot of it because it seems longer. Number 2, I'd go raised sugar donuts. Those are really good. I just like the sugariness to them. Number 3, I'd go glazed. I might actually put glazed at number 2, put raised sugar at the 3. And then for the 4 and 5 spot, I'm not a jelly-filled donut guy. So, jelly-filleds aren't making the top 5 for me. I really like those Hostess chocolate, those chocolate donuts, the mini ones. Those are bomb. And then, oh man, this is a hard one. I used to really like the Bear Claws. The Bear Claws were really good. But I think I gotta give the edge to the chocolate maple bar, man. I'm gonna go maple bar, glazed donut, raised sugar, and then those chocolate mini donuts, and then the chocolate maple bar without filling. That's just me, man. I'm a big donut fan. I've always have been. And my grandpa was a huge donut fan. He still is. But that's the thing. You start getting older and you start getting, that killer, that killer sickness, man. That D word, that diabetes, man. That's the worst one. Because it robs you of them Them donut happiness days. That's something I don't want, man. Diabetes is something that's scary, and if you got diabetes, man, I'm here for you. And yeah, I've actually been thinking about. There's actually this bazaar here in Tulalip that people sell stuff, and I want to make like these healthy drinks for people. Like these green drinks or something. Help maybe let you clean your gut out a little bit. Sometimes we got gunk in there, man. Get it out. I'm on the scale. I'm like, man, I know some of this can go out. Anyway, oh yeah, I've always had this conversation with my buddies, and I've always been an NFL guy. I always have been, and I will say, now that I'm in college and in my undergrad, I was also I would cheer for college football for the team I was going to the school for, if that makes sense. So when I was at Wazoo, I'm cheering for Wazoo, and the games are fun. But you know what? Like, if I'm just a guy from Tulalip, Washington, and one of my buddies is telling me to wake up at, 10 a.m. to go watch Air Force against Alabama, dude, I don't want to watch it. We know what's going to happen. And, the same argument could be, oh, well, we know that the Patriots, we know that all these teams and all those teams, that, they're going to just womp on them. Boring. No. Just because on Sunday there's a given chance. But when Alabama's playing, or I should say Georgia now that they're the number one team, but when Georgia's playing Air Force, man, I'm not getting up and I'm not tailgating for that. I'm sorry. I'll go watch and tailgate for Alabama, LSU, Alabama, Georgia, Florida State, Florida, Wazoo, UW. But you know what? Don't wake me up at 10 a.m. to watch Alabama and Air Force, man. I don't want to watch. I'll wait till Sunday, man. I'm gonna rest up. I'm a Sunday guy. And you don't have to like one or like the other. You can like them both, obviously, but not me, man. Not on my Sunday. Not my Sunday. Oh yeah. This is another good one. So if you guys are wondering, like, oh, where's he getting these? I have my notes on the computer. I always talk to, when I'm alone, I sometimes I go through the list and I just start calling people who I want to talk to. Most of them, my family and then the bros. But like when you're on the phone with your bros and you're like, all right, man, all right, man. Well, and then it's like a rush to who's going to hang up first. Like I was talking to my buddy, Jess. I was like, all right, man. He's like, all right, man. Well, I got to get, nobody wants to be the guy who wants to stay on the phone longer. It's like, all right, man. Well, all right. See you later. And they hang up. All right's like, I don't know what it is. Is anyone else's friends like that? You can't just, it's funny. It's real funny. What else we have? Oh yeah, melatonin and homework, man. That's true. If you don't think by now that homework has melatonin in it, you're tripping. I was like, all right, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna do this, and then I started doing it, and I started feeling tired. I was like, why am I feeling tired all of a sudden? Is it because my brain's working, or is it because of this homework? It could have been two of the things, but yeah, that's something. That's always something. Like there was this one time speaking of that's something, I was at this Lego store with my brother, and he wanted to get a bonsai tree. So we go to the Lego store, we walk around a little bit and see all these cool things. Like there's the AT-AT from Star Wars. They have that as like a thing you could build. And just give me a guess of what you think the AT-AT Lego version set sells for. Is it maybe $50, $200, $500, $80, $800, $900, $1,000? What do you think? If you guessed 800, you're correct. That's how much the AT-AT was. And then there was also I think you could build the Death Star as well. And the Millennium Falcon you could build. Those were like the big ones I saw. Man, Lego rakes in the bucks. I feel like as a Lego person, if you are, like, that's like the goal one day is to do the Millennium Falcon, or like I'm sure like there's the Eiffel Tower one. There's gotta be. But he was there for the bonsai tree, and there was one there, and he lucked out. And there was also like these plants you can build, and that was just insane. So he ended up buying the bonsai tree. I don't remember how much it ended up being. It was under 100 for sure. And they were like, "Hey, do you have rewards with us?" And I couldn't help but just think like, I mean, I've been to Legoland. Does that give me a discount? I honestly thought about saying it, but I didn't, because I thought it was like kind of a dad joke, even though I'm not a dad. I was like, well, I've been to Disneyland. Does that mean I get a ticket? It was cheesy. I just thought I'd, share that something with you, man. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about. That's why we're here in the podcast. And there's just a whole bunch of funny things that's been going on, when you're playing Fortnite too, or anything. You're playing with your friends, and one of your buddies gets killed. Because, one of your buddies always going to get killed in Fortnite. And, he gets killed, and then the guy starts emoting and dancing. He's dancing on me! There's always that just so anger. There's so much anger when somebody's emoting or dancing on you and you're watching them. Like, bro, he's right here. He's dancing. Like, he's dancing on me. Oh, my. He's teabagging, man. Oh, my God. They're teabagging. That's just the... Oh my God, that's just the funniest thing to me when like you're playing with your friends and they get so mad that they're emoting. It just always makes me laugh because it makes me mad. I used to play Trials of Osiris and Destiny, and when people would teabag, they would turn up their skill level at least 5 more points. Like they say they're a 99 overall or 95 overall, they're now 99 overall after you teabag. I don't know, it's just the disrespect hits them, and I don't know. Like I would sometimes we would play and I'd kill him and I would just sit there and look around, and then I would reload, and then I would do the single teabag and they would still come after you because it's just the disrespect. Speaking of disrespect, these universities are basically out here charging us to turn and talk now. Yeah, we're just going to throw you guys in breakout rooms, and then, we'll come out and talk about it. And they're getting rakes. They're raking in the dough for that too. I mean, back then, you would at least be able to be like, oh, you're getting a personal connection, Now it's like, I get your screen. Hey, what are we doing for this presentation? I don't know. All right, well, let's meet up next week. That's usually what happens now. And that's what happens. Just like those websites that, when you're trying to log in and you mess up the password and then it erases your username or your email too. It's like, now I got to type in my email too. The best websites are the ones say you get it wrong, so you type in your email. So Dom Joseph email, or domjoseph@gmail.com, and then you put your password 12345, and your password's 123456, and it deletes your password and your email. So now you got to type both of them. Oh man, that's the worst. But yeah, anyways, guys, I just wanted to say thanks for toughing it out. I was gone last week. But we're here, and what happened was me and my brother recorded an entire episode that was supposed to be out last week, and 2 of the camera angles died, and we just kind of got stale, so we decided to just hold it off and then do another one some other time. So that's why there was no episode that week, and that was poor planning on my part. Take some ownership for that. But I just want to say thanks again for being here. Remember, you guys can always call into the show, 425-320-3641. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Submit your questions. Submit me anything, really. Tell me a story. It's that winter time, man. It's winter. I got my Hey Chuts hat on. Got my Hey Butch shirt on. I'm feeling good. Remember, there's Hey Chuts. Cardinals are Hey Chuts. And then, orca whales are Hey Butch, too. They got black on them. So those are some things to remember in the colorways. Hey Butch and Hey Chuts. That is black and red. And Lushootseed. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. So, until next time, wait.